Good morning, folks. Rodney here. Good morning, Mela. Good morning, Dean. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Tomas. Good morning, AZ Drone Dude, Eric, RC Crazy. Good morning. Hope you all are doing good. Someone just attempted to call me. I don't know if you're in the chat, but if you are, Ray Kelly tried calling me. Okay. Ray, I don't know if you're in the chat, but I'll give you a call back here in a moment. Hopefully somebody will come in that can. Okay, folks, bear with me. Sorry, guys. That was Captain Ray Kelly. He's going to be joining us shortly. Apparently, there was some confusion as to who was calling who. So, but anyway, Brad, good morning. I just saw your message, Brad. So anyway, did you like that new intro? Let me play that for you again. I just made this a couple of days ago, and I'd like to get your guys' opinion. What do you think about that? I thought it was pretty cool myself. Well, thanks, Kevin. So, yeah, Tomas, that was the one thing I liked about it. Yeah, thanks, Dean. Thanks, Mela. Gee, you guys make me feel good. So hopefully somebody will join. I think Captain Ray Kelly's going to be joining us here shortly. I think Brad Alston, I think he's going to try and join us. Oh, okay, Brad. Yeah, there's not much I can do about the speed, really. I guess I could put it into Premiere Pro, maybe speed it up a bit. I guess I can try that. So I'll try that. And but anyway, I actually got it off of a website. I don't know if any of you all have ever heard of Video Ooze, but there's another website that's similar, and I got that one, the one I just showed you off of that one. I think it's called Video Ease. It's kind of like a copy of Video Ooze, but anyway, I think the things are a lot better. Don't know if I'm going to join it yet or not, but I might. So anyway. Oh, no worries, Brad. No worries at all, bud. If I didn't want your opinion, I wouldn't have asked for it. No, it isn't free. That one in particular was, but to join it costs you some money. But it's kind of like a lifetime thing. It's not a yearly plan or anything. So I haven't decided yet. I may do it. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, my finger is hurting. Hey, Dennis Lovelady, how's it going, buddy? Good show this morning. even if there wasn't no sun. Lots of good singing. All right, Brad, if you can, you're welcome. If you can't, good morning, Fly Natural. How you doing? I take it you're off, Rosie, maybe, or you're still at work? So, but anyway, yeah, we had a nice sunrise this morning. Unfortunately, my stream didn't work at first. And what you see on YouTube now is like halfway through the live stream before it actually started working. And I don't know what happened, but there's something with my Wi-Fi here that I don't know. I'm beginning to get frustrated. Oh, good to hear, Rosie. Good to hear you're off, brother. So, but anyway, so you only got to see half of what I saw, but anyway, it is what it is. Technology is technology, and when it goes wrong, there's not always anything you can do about it. So you just got to keep right on going, and that's what I did. But it did eventually fix itself. So, and I know it was my internet, because not only was I not seeing the live stream from my iPad that I used to fly with, I wasn't seeing it. It wasn't coming up on my other tablet. I have an Android tablet that I use to look at the chats with. YouTube wasn't coming up there either. So I think Ray Kelly's joining us now. Morning, Captain. How you doing, brother?
Hey, how you doing, Rodney?
Doing all right,
Everybody
man.
in the chat?
Your picture's a little fuzzy there, bud.
Really?
Yeah.
Must be that upgraded internet service that I'm now paying for. All right, I'll try to back out, come back in. I'm sorry.
All righty. No problem. Yeah, Rosie, the Wi-Fi box is plugged in right. I haven't unplugged it since they installed it. So anyway, it is in right. Hey, Corey Mano, good morning. Welcome to the chat. Good to see you, brother. Hope your weekend's starting out well. In fact, I hope everybody's weekend is starting out well. Despite this morning's little twitch in the electronics, my weekend's starting out good. So, and hopefully Ray Kelly will be able to come back in. Daddy, yeah, I guess it happens, and I've noticed that my Wi-Fi tends to reset at a particular time of the day, and but it just seems to be very random. I don't know. I probably need to get hold of Atlantic Broadband and talk to them about it, because yeah, you may be right, Tomas. Absolutely. That may be a good idea. You're probably right. It probably wouldn't hurt to unplug it and let it sit for a couple of minutes. So, and that's usually what they want to do when you call them and want to troubleshoot anyway. They have their little thing they have to go through, and it doesn't always fix things. But hey, thanks, Mela. But anyway, well, yesterday I was trying to do a live stream from using Prism on my iPad, and do a live stream using the Mavic Air 2. But for some reason, I just couldn't get that to work. There are a couple of videos that did make it, but they're short, and that's because by the time I got out to the porch to launch the drone, it all went away. And so I just kind of gave up. I'm going to work on that today because I would definitely like to start using my Mavic Air 2 to do the morning sunrises, and maybe even doing a couple of sunset live streams and stuff. Plus, as the weather starts to warm up, I'm hoping to get out more and do a little more flying and getting some good videos up. I kind of want to go up to the National Forest up here on Blue Ridge Drive and get some footage there. And I know there's a couple of trails you can go up that have waterfalls and stuff. I think would be pretty cool. And since it's legal to fly in the national forests, then I definitely want to try and doing that. Okay, Dean. Yeah, I actually thought I started the live streaming before you start the broadcast. So when you say that, are you talking about starting the live streaming on YouTube and then going through Prism? Because I did notice that when I went to go live in YouTube, that's when it seemed to work. But I never left that, and the funny thing about it is I went to the go live screen on my computer, and then it started working. So I don't know what was going on with that. Well, here comes Ray Kelly again. Oh, that looks a little bit better, Ray.
Let's try take two. Good morning.
Oh, maybe I spoke a little too
How
soon,
you doing,
buddy. Man. Now your video's frozen, bud.
How's that? No?
Well, the audio's good. The picture's blurry, but we can live with that.
I'm frozen?
Not anymore. Oops.
I went from 6 megabytes to 18 megabytes. And no sooner does it kick into 18 megabytes, it blew my router or whatever, my whole system. But supposedly it's fixed. It's not clear?
Not very. That may change.
So how are you, Rodney? How you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. How about yourself? I'm getting
All
excited
right.
about the 20th.
Yeah, it's going to be good, I think. It's going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get to fly this morning?
I did, but I was having technical difficulties with the live stream. It finally did go live, but it's like halfway through the flight, it finally went live. So there's only like 13 minutes of the video.
I woke up when
You broke up, Ray.
Yep. Did Paulie go live? Do you know?
No, he didn't go live this morning. He don't usually go live on Saturdays.
Oh, you're right. I'm mixing up my days.
Yeah. So he'll start off tomorrow.
Yep.
And then it'll be me, and then Dennis, and then if Roosevelt is available, he'll go up, and then it'll be Chris Hope. So, but anyway.
Yeah. Well,
but
hello,
you know what?
Everybody in the chat. I'm sorry. I don't know if you heard me before.
So, well, I know Art Art Carlson's getting excited.
What's that, Rodney?
I said Art Carlson's getting excited about the 20th. Ray, you froze up again, bud. Oh, there it is.
Jeez, that's because I'm showing your cup.
So you're saying it's my cup's fault? Well, that cup's been accused of leaking.
I gotta go. I'm gonna have to call AT&T again.
You know what? AT&T
I
should
love
be
the
able
cup,
to do.
Rodney. Thank you again.
You're welcome, buddy. Is that who your internet provider is? Is AT&T?
Maybe they could do it right on the phone.
Yeah, maybe they should be doing better than this. I mean, the days of dial-up is over, and it's AT&T, man. They're a national company. They should be doing better than this. So, hopefully, you'll get it worked out, man. Hey, Dave Ennis.
And I really should be able to stream very well because my son owns a streaming company.
Oh, wow. Hey, Brad. B-Rad.
Hey, good morning.
Yeah, Dennis brings up a good
morning,
point.
Brad.
AT&T is
Ray.
not only national, but they are international as well.
Ah, good point.
Yes. Yeah.
How's
I mean, the
it going in
technician,
Florida?
believe it or not, the technician who came and repaired the service, he gave me his personal cell number and said, call me direct.
Oh, well,
Well,
that's
that was
cool.
nice of him.
Yeah. Chris
Hey,
says
Brad.
these gators are chewing on the internet again. Ray, it's those gators.
I think he.
Chris says what?
Chris says the gators are chewing on the internet.
What did Chris say? I'm sorry, Rodney.
He says they're chewing on the internet. I don't think you caught it, Brad.
Right.
No,
I'll try something different.
Yeah, his bandwidth must be really bad.
Yeah.
So, well, I hope everybody in the chat's doing well this morning. Good morning, everybody. I don't have the ability to chat right now, so I'm just popping in for a short bit before I get started today.
Okay. All right, Ray.
See back. He's trying it again.
Yep.
That's a little closer. That's a little closer. A little closer to router. How was that?
That seems to be a little better. Hello, Ron.
Hey, Ron. Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, Ron. How you doing?
Ray Kelly.
I think that's
Ron,
a little bit better, Ray.
Yeah, I think it is.
I must
better.
have been a little too far from the router.
Mm.
You may need to get you an extender. I guess it's wireless.
Yes. Yes.
What you
Wireless.
should do is get you an extender and set up an extender and put it into another room. That's what I do.
Okay.
Coffee. Cheers, everybody.
All right. Good tip. Thank you, Rodney.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
You're welcome. I want to say good morning to Tropic. Tony, good morning.
I forgot to bring my coffee
Sunrise
cup. My Rodney coffee cup with me.
Chris, good morning. So, let's see who else. Drone Pool.
Hey, Tony.
Good morning,
How you
Dean.
doing?
Dean, good morning. I think I got everybody now. So, Ron, how you doing, man? I see you're home.
I'm home. And the last time I spoke to you, I was about to spend a lot of money. few
And
minutes.
did you?
Uh-oh.
You did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which one did you get, Ron?
The iPad Pro 12.9 inch.
Nice.
How much memory?
Pardon me?
How much memory?
512.
512?
Yeah. Apple anymore is kind of a little out of control. You know, I went in there, I said, I'm going to buy it. And I had intentions on buying the pen, which I knew was around $100, which has gone up to $129 now.
Whew.
And this sweet little gal, you know, she's trying to get me to get the screen protector. And then she comes to the keyboard. And then she told me the price of the keyboard. And I guess I had a memory lapse and thought I was in the firehouse. But I said, "Are you smoking crack?" I said, "I'm not paying $350 for a keyboard."
$350 for a
The
keyboard?
keyboard, it's more expensive than some computers.
What is it,
Yeah.
made out of gold?
That's
Titanium?
It's an Apple product.
Yeah, anything Apple. There was two other companies there. They were, you know, like your third party, but they were still 150 to 175. And somebody on Matt's live stream last night said they found something on Amazon, a keyboard for $25 or something. But yeah, I'll tell you what, it is nice.
I have a friend that's selling their Microsoft Surface Pro 4 with 128 gigs SSD. I'm thinking about buying. It's used. The thing is, I think normally $600-700, and I think I can get it for about $250. So I'm thinking about picking that up especially for travel and stuff. I'm not an Apple person, so.
Hey, you get hooked, buddy. You get hooked.
I know.
I wasn't either for years, but I'll tell you what, for doing graphics type, you know, video editing, photography, I tell you, it's, yeah. The good news is one of my coworkers, less than 1 hour later, after I walked out of the store, he's the guy who called me last week after he had drank some beer and said, "Ron, I did a terrible thing." I'm like, "What'd you do?" He goes, "I pulled the trigger and bought a drone." I'm like, "Oh, dear God." So I ended up going to his house.
Shouldn't do that while you're drinking.
Yeah. But anyhow, I sat in his, I had like an hour left before I had to go to work. And I was sitting there out there in his porch and we were talking about a whole bunch of things. And we talked about video editing and what I had done. And he said, "I'll buy that from you." And I'm like, so I sold him my 10.5 inch second generation. It still works great, but I notice it's lagging a little bit running the 360 editing. So
it's funny how when they get older, they start slowing down. I don't understand it.
Same thing happens to us.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Hey,
but the manufacturers build it. The manufacturers, I think, build in that kind of stuff to depreciate the speed, the quality. I know, you know, and Apple's been guilty of that and has come out and said something about their cell phones before about that, right? So I think they're always wanting you to buy newer stuff, but I mean, technology, as it gets faster and faster, people see their older devices. They seem slower, but you know, go back a couple of years prior to that, and they're the fastest on the market. But
yeah, I think the same thing applies to Android phones too.
Yep,
yeah,
I do too.
When I bought this is a Galaxy Note, and it was you know, it was the top of the line, and when I got it, and it was really quick. But I've noticed now that it's beginning to slow down. The battery's not lasting as long.
I do know this, Rodney. It's kind of hard to do because you have to start over just like the computer. But I've reset a cell phone or two and brought them right back to life, just like right out the box, and they were fast again. But you know, you have to install all your apps again. You know, you got to make sure you got everything backed up to the cloud, your Gmail account or whatever. But I've done that a couple of times with cell phones, and it's really brought things back to life. It's hit or miss though. I mean, again, I think the manufacturers build in something. I don't know. I know they can't do that and purposely do that to you, but if they don't update the firmwares on them, the packages on them, you get better products with the newer products, of course, all the time. The speeds and ability.
One thing I did see, Brad, who was I sitting with one day, a month or so ago? I had bought a new laptop. I forget what off brand it is, but he actually had me for about an hour. We went through and got rid of all the garbage software. And I forget a couple other things. My God, it was like a night and day difference. How it ran, how fast it turned on. There's so much stuff on there. And I even had a salesman, I think Best Buy one time told me, he said computers and stuff like that are built today. He said, what was it, something like a 60% fail rate within the first year. They're built. Yeah. Wow. Just so you buy the next model and,
Yeah.
Hey, Dennis says he uses a K480 keyboard with his iPad and his iPhone and his tab.
Under $50 after 4 years old. Woohoo!
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I got to research.
I think the aftermarket stuff, that some people don't like using aftermarket stuff. I kind of tend to go that way because I don't have the money to buy the top end products, even though when it comes to drones, that might not be the case. But I'm not buying the FPV right now. That's for sure. I can't afford that. You got too many other things in the basket right now, as I told you, Ron, last night, with the brakes on my vehicle that I'm gonna drive down to Florida. I got to get all new rotors and new brakes. So all of a sudden,
you don't need new brakes. You're not going that far.
I won't be hitting the brakes much in that 12-hour drive down Interstate 95, but slowing down from about 80 miles an hour might be helpful if I've got good brakes.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, you definitely do need to get them fixed, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get that done. I've already got the parts, so I'm gonna do it myself and save a couple $100. But if I don't get it done before I leave here, I'm still coming. My brother he and I've already talked, and I might get it done right after I get to Florida. Although I'm leaving for Florida this coming Friday. So.
Oh, you're getting down there way early. Hey, Bob Casey Ariel, good morning.
Well, I think I've told you this. What's that, Ron?
When are you getting there?
I'm going to get there on Friday evening. My aunt lives in Palm Bay, which is really close to Sebastian. And I'm going to visit with her a couple of days over the weekend. And then I'm going to drive up to Lake Mary and Deltona area, which is up closer. It's off Interstate 4, closer to Orlando, about an hour and a half from Palm Bay. And I'm going to visit with my sister that lives there and my brother. They live real close to each other. And then I'm going to come back down to Palm Bay midweek, maybe Wednesday evening, and start catching up with some of the folks around there. Some folks will be in Palm Bay staying at hotels. I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but I see Ray's back in the house.
Yeah, he's sitting right on top of his router now.
Yep.
So, well, I'm sure looking.
So anyway, thank you for the Take 3 invite.
I would get hold of AT&T, man. There's something wrong.
Yeah, you're lagging so much most of the time.
You always have a lot of lag.
You asked Ray a question about 2 minutes later. Oh yeah.
I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, all I can say is I bought a new MacBook Air. That didn't work. I called
MacBook Air,
AT&T, upgraded the service. That didn't work.
That's strange that your MacBook It's got to be the internet service.
Now
Yeah.
Oh,
it's not working again, and I'm 3 feet from the router. It's little right 3 feet.
You probably
Do you ever
get better. You probably get better internet if you go sit out by the local hotel somewhere and get on their Wi-Fi.
Go to McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's.
Oh, there he goes again.
Oh,
Yeah.
poor Ray.
Yeah, I hate that, man.
What were you gonna say, Ron? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, you did.
I forgot what I was going to say now.
See?
Sorry, that's my fault.
Been playing with the 360, Rodney.
That is an amazing camera you have.
Rodney, may I share a couple things with you?
No.
As long as it's not what we got shared with us last week.
Yeah. Yeah. Ron, you know you can share stuff.
I always ask permission first.
I know you do. And
Hey,
that's
while you're setting that up, Ron, did you say last night on Matt's stream that dude that popped in last weekend on Rodney's stream had done that before?
Yeah, I've seen him. He was on Claude Drone Effects with Claude. Same guy. I just happened to be on Claude's show one night or one day, and all of a sudden he popped in. I'm like, and then when he popped in with Rod, I'm like, I've seen him before.
Did he do it the same way? Use somebody else's ID?
Yep. Yeah.
He must have a fetish of something.
Yeah.
If I put the link in the chat, because I'd like to, allow people to come in if they want to come in. I'm only going to put it there for 15 seconds, and if they don't catch it right away, then
Rodney, I'm going to do that because you know what? He's sitting there watching right now. That 15 seconds gives him enough time to click.
Yeah, but I can leave him into the green room until he actually enables the video. If he never enables the video,
so, good point. Good point.
I can just ban him from the thing. So
if you can hold people in the green room, I think the link in the chat is not bad. I mean, I wouldn't put it in there. I wouldn't leave it.
I'm not going to leave it. No, not anymore. All right, Ron, you ready?
Yep. This, let's see. Here we go. Is my screen shown here, Rodney?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you make it larger, Ron?
Yep.
So that we can see it. Yeah, there you go.
In fact, I can make it full screen.
I was trying to do and test, the only thing and again, I got to keep in mind, it's a tiny camera, it's a small sensor, it's at night. But overall, I thought this didn't turn out too bad. This was a startup. We were getting ready to leave on a mission. And again, I'm not playing with the settings on the camera. I can't take the time to be playing with a camera and pay attention to what I'm doing in my job. So what I do is I either just hold it in my hand or stick it in my pocket. But I didn't think it turned out too bad, though.
The colors look good.
Yeah, this is right at twilight. This is during our startup. But you can do this panning in the software, afterwards.
Wow.
But
so you can post this in YouTube, and then anybody can watch it at any 360 degrees as well. So that's a cool feature. I like that.
The one that really impressed me was when we fly at night, we fly under NVG goggles, and the lighting in the cockpit is extremely dim, and the green lighting is extremely dim. But this little bugger picked this up pretty darn good. I was kind of impressed with this.
So it's got some nice low light capabilities. Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
There's one more.
Light. What was that? Some light down by the pedals as well, Brian? It looked pretty bright down in the floor of that thing.
Now here was lifting off, and the outside here actually turned out fairly decent.
Is that you or the pilot?
Yeah, pilot's with the white helmet. I have the dark one on.
Okay. Cool.
So you got is the camera on the outside? Oh, you're still on the inside right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, that is awesome.
It is, and being able to turn it around and look in any direction is pretty cool. It would be awfully cool if you could put that on the outside of the chopper somehow, but I know that's probably not a good thing to do.
This is kind of cool. This little device, it's lift. It lifts the helicopter up, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches at the most, and then the pilot has a little remote control. It's only as big as I don't know, 4 or 5 inches big, but this is how we drive it back into the hangar.
Oh, that moves pretty quick. I'm surprised. So y'all can deploy really, really fast. I mean, how quickly, from a response standpoint, can you, like, from moment you know you got to go until y'all are in the air?
We can usually 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. But anyhow, hold on.
Sunrise Media and Dennis is talking about what happened last week, and he goes, Chris says he didn't have a ukulele, so I'm pretty sure it wasn't Dennis that Michael played.
Good one, Chris. He had a ukulele, all right.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh. Hey Rodney, did you put that back up? I didn't even notice. Did you clear it out or what?
I put it back up. I blurred it.
Uh-oh.
I'll say, is that just me or Rodney?
No, that's Rod. Maybe he'll be back in a second. Rodney, you're frozen for the moment if you can hear us. Yeah. It's funny how he freezes, but we don't. We're going through his live stream.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
We gotta get a screenshot of that Rodney scratching his head. He's probably sitting there going, "Shut up, Ron."
I got it. We'll give him a moment to regroup. But so you're bringing that camera. I know you said you're going to bring it. I would love to see that thing, because I've been talking to Sean Oz a lot, and some other folks that have YouTube reviews on those cameras. And Sean's a good one because he runs those things up and down the mountains over there skiing or not skiing.
I wish he was coming to the meet.
I know.
Actually sent me an email the other day. I gotta go back. I've been gone for 8-9 days, Brad, and I got to get caught up on so much.
You've been working the whole time.
Yeah, but I've got like 30 emails I got to get through. But I wish Sean was coming, because I'd like to pick his brain on that camera. I know he spent a lot of time with it. I'm learning by trial.
He's a good one to brain pick on that for sure. He's gotten to be a pretty much an expert on those things because he's tried a bunch of different ones.
Right.
He's done some cool stuff with them as well.
Yeah, I had it was called the Rilo 360. It's one of the first 360s I ever saw.
I looked at that one, almost bought it.
Yeah. That was out of a couple guys that formed a company in California out near San Francisco, and it actually was a good little camera.
I've dabbled in a couple of sports cameras over the years. My YouTube channel has nothing on it really for drones. I've always wanted to put some footage up. I just haven't had the software to edit the video footage and really do anything with it. I don't know the software. So that being said, I got a couple of videos on my YouTube channel that are motorcycle cams on a helmet back from 15 years ago, 10 or 15 years ago, and I tried to get into the widest angle cameras I could get so I could move it, because YouTube started doing some of that panning kind of thing with the 360 stuff, I think, way back. And I saw a couple of videos of that and wanted to get involved in that. I thought that was the coolest thing. And my motorcycle riding was the only thing I really could do to make that work. But I never really found a good camera that would last or hold up. Yeah. Oh, looks like I'm running the show, folks. Rodney must be still trying to work things out. And I'm not seeing the chat.
Internet went out again.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I think it just came back on. I'm going to try and get back on.
Well, Brett and I are having a good time.
Yeah, we're running the show.
You just hang back, Rodney. Brad and I will keep things going here.
Are you guys still on?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it. We got it. We'll see you next week, Rodney.
Sit back.
You guys are
Hey, tell him come on in the chat next weekend.
Oh, boy.
That's funny. He's not able to get in, and we're still.
You're not able to get in, but we're still on.
Yeah, I can't even get StreamYards to load.
Really?
And I'm not even seeing you guys.
Huh.
Yeah.
I think what it is we were invited to the link to his channel, so we were given the key to be able to stay live, and it didn't kill the app on his side, but we're still able to stay. As soon as we leave, both of us, it would end the whole stream. But
well, I wonder if we're.
I don't think we can invite Rodney in though.
I'm going to YouTube to see
if Brad and I are still on.
Yeah, hopefully the 4G will kick in.
It's Saturday morning coffee with Brad.
There's been a coup on Saturday morning coffee with Rodney and friends.
Yeah.
Hey, if folks in the chat can still see us, please let us know. We don't know.
Yeah. Oh man, this is irritating.
Well, we might have to drop out of this, Ron, and he can restart the stream. I guess it would have to start over though.
If we need to. Do you think, Rodney, we need to drop out?
Okay. So the folks in the chat are saying they can see us.
Yeah. Okay. They can still see us on YouTube. Yeah.
Well, you guys carry on the show if you want.
No, let Rodney know we can stop and restart if he wants.
Yeah. We can start if you want us to.
I think the folks in the chat can figure that out.
Until my internet starts working, there's really no point.
Oh, true.
Did you?
I think I'm gonna have to reboot my computer.
Oh, probably that. Reboot the router.
Yeah, that too. I mean, it kind of says it and it's working, but nothing. I mean, I can't even bring YouTube up on my phone because I'm not getting 4G.
Really?
Let me turn the wireless off here.
Well, you can't pick on Ray Kelly anymore today.
Sorry, Ray, we're picking at you.
Okay. So now I can see you guys.
Uh-oh, that's scary.
Good. Good morning, Rodney. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I just did the wireless, so now I can see you guys.
Okay.
I see TDR Drones is in there. Tell Brian I said hi.
Rodney said hi.
Chris Wedgeworth, say hi. Copper State Area, say hi.
Yep. I got you on speakerphone, Rodney. Everybody can.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Welcome to Saturday Morning Coffee with Rodney and Friends with guest hosts Ron Lockwood and Brad Austin.
Rodney's going to be the host from the cell phone.
Yeah, with your special co-host Rodney Bell. Come to you from the cell phone.
Well, this is unique.
Well, they're saying in the chat I can hear Rodney quite well.
Oh, that's all good. I can't stay a whole lot longer. I got to get ready. I'm doing a volunteer thing today. I told Rodney earlier this morning that I was supposed to get the Pfizer shot on Thursday, and got signed up for it on Monday morning. There was a window of opportunity to sign up. 68 shots per half an hour for the whole day of Monday. So 16 times 68, whatever that works out to be. My math right now is not working. But anyway, I got signed up at 8:04, and at 8:05, all the shot vaccination schedules were already set. So I got the confirmation email, and long story short, the next day I went back to the site.
Okay, bud. All right, bye.
Bye, Rodney. So the next day on Tuesday, I had heard that it was for this county's residents only, which is called Powhatan County, and here near Richmond, Virginia. And so I went back to the website, and sure enough, the sign-up page had changed with big bold red letters. It said Powhatan County residents only, which wasn't there the day before. And I have a printout of it actually, and with my confirmation. So anyway, I'm making this story too long. So it said that you would be deleted off the schedule if you're not a Powhatan resident. So the sign up had a question at the very end that said, "Are you a Powhatan resident?" And I didn't lie. I said no, because you can get in a lot of trouble for falsifying these COVID shots. People are being arrested around the country for doing that. So anyway, I didn't lie. I never got another email the whole week. Thursday morning, I started to head that way, and I found out on my way there that the appointment got canceled. So I stopped and turned around. It was about an hour drive for me through traffic and everything. So I turned around, came home, very disappointed, thinking I'd get the first shot before I even came to Florida. Anyway, talked to a friend of mine out there that volunteered on that Thursday at the same center where they were doing the shots. It's out of school, actually. And he said, "Do you want to volunteer on Saturday? It's the last day of the first shot of Pfizer." What they're doing is, if you can get on the volunteer list, which I didn't, if they have any shots left at the end of the day, they can't store them. They've got to throw them away or give them to somebody. So they will offer it to the volunteers that want it, that have not gotten it yet. And then there's people or folks that are waiting. There's kind of a small wait of the ones that just to see if there's anything left over, and they'll get a shot. So that's what they did on Thursday. So I'm going to go volunteer today. I'm getting ready to go head out that way and see if I can get the shot. I'm not guaranteed. I'm going to volunteer until probably 5 o'clock. And if they have any leftovers, I might be able to get the first Pfizer shot, but no guarantees.
Be careful, Brad, because your second shot is going to be due.
It's going to be after I get back. Yeah, I'm going to be back. I figured it out. If I get the shot today, 3 weeks from today, that's 3 weeks, right, on the Pfizer one. It's going to be today. Today is what, the 6th? What is today? Today's the 6th. So you add 21 to that. That's the 27th. I'll be home days before that, if not the Monday before. I think I'm driving home on Monday the 22nd. And if I hang out a couple of days, I'll still be back. But no, I hear you. Yeah, I'm gonna be careful with that.
Yeah,
I think there's a wind
down there and got sick like I did.
Yeah,
people are not. I'm not hearing people getting as sick with the Pfizer as I have heard and experienced with the Moderna.
Right.
So,
my wife got the Moderna. I think I told you guys that either in chat or in a stream like this. My wife got the Moderna about 2 months ago. She got her second shot about 3 or 4 weeks ago. So. And I do hear the second shot to the Pfizer and maybe even the Moderna, you don't have to get it exactly at the 4 weeks or 3 weeks. There's a window of time that you can get it.
It's a small window.
You might. It's a small window. I want to say it's like in a week or two.
Yeah. But.
Well, I think I'm gonna drop out, and I hate to drop the stream. If Rodney can't get back in, I guess.
Before you drop out, Bob Casey's been asking for you to show the lanyards.
Oh, I'm not in a position right at the moment. Let me hold on 1 second, Ron. Run the show.
Okay, I'm running the show. I've never done this before.
Hold on. If I lose you, I'll try. Well, I won't be able to get back. Hold on.
Yeah.
Probably should mute as well. Be right back.
Rodney's still doing technical difficulties. Rick Kelly says his internet's working great now.
Tell him come on back in. If he can get back in, I don't know. Let me see here. I got the lanyards. I'm just going to show the one that I did with my name on it. So there's a back and a front. Folks in the chat, if you can see it, I'm going to try to make this as clear as possible. Gosh, the light's bad. So that's the front. Can you see that, Ron?
Yeah.
My name. I put my name at the bottom of it, and my YouTube channel. Gosh, the light's horrible. And I'm gonna try to do that for folks before I leave, but I got to get it done by about Wednesday. Here's the back. See if I can do this. I can't see with the camera.
Keep calm.
All right, there's.
I'm a drone pilot.
I'm a drone pilot. Yep, got it. I figured I'd put a little something on the back as well. I had it duplicated on the front and the back exactly the same, but yeah, I just did that, and my name at the bottom with the YouTube channel. So what I did was, if I can't pre-print for people before I leave, I printed a whole bunch of, let me pull up my other one here. I pre-printed a whole bunch of blanks for the name spot. If you can see, gosh, it's so hard. So the spot where the name and the YouTube channel would be, we'll just write it in with a Sharpie when folks get there. So I've got about four. After all said and done, I'll probably have about 45 of these. And I'm hoping everybody can get one. The lanyards are probably a little more important than the coasters.
Oh.
I made coasters as well. They're cork. They're blank on the back. So I have a laser engraver. So I've been playing with that, toying with it. And I went ahead and created this little simple design, a couple of drones in Florida. And Sebastian, Florida is on there with that star. Hey, Rodney's back. Yeah, wow, that's amazing.
That is cool. Wow, that's great.
So anyway, back just the coaster. They're going to be limited quantities. I didn't prepare. I bought a pack of 40, but I had to try it out on a couple of them and failed a couple of times and finally got it right. I'm thinking there's going to be about 30 of these coasters. So it's going to be first come, first serve on that. And I don't want to promise anything to anybody before they come down there. I'm just going to say, come Saturday morning to Riverview Park, be there early, and I'll get them handed out. I'm going to create little packets for everybody, maybe just Ziplocs with one coaster and one lanyard each until everything runs out. And it sounds like it might run out pretty quick because we already got 30. Ray says we got 30. Did you say 32 or 35 earlier? So we got them.
Really? I thought it was 38.
No, it might be 38. Yep. So we've got a lot of folks coming, and those are the folks that say they're coming, and then they're going to bring folks with them. So these coasters are going to run out quick. I'm only going to do one per person that has. Ray has got. Well, I'm going to say first come, first serve. If I can get a few more ordered and in here in the next day or two, I might go ahead and order 20 more just so I'll have some spares. But it's not free. It's not free for me to get these things, so I have to buy some more. But anyway, well, that's not a big deal. The lanyards, I think I've got plenty. 40. Let's just say I got 45 I'm bringing. So everybody will get a lanyard for the most part. Maybe not everybody in the party of the person that's coming, like family, kids, wife, and stuff like that. But,
yeah, I can tell you my wife probably won't get one because she's not even going to come to the actual meetup. She's going to sit on the beach.
Well, I want to cater these to the folks that are going to be flying drones. So, I mean, I'm not going to restrict it, but, I just wanted to give back to give back to everybody. Ray's doing a lot of hard work on it. Matt Cundiff is working on this. I've been working with Ray some. I'm up here in Virginia, so I haven't been able to do a whole lot to help. But I just wanted to give something back, and I thought I'd be a little creative and create these things. It's just kind of a takeaway for folks to have. I always like having something, stickers and takeaways like at the spin ups, spin downs, stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think originally this kind of started out as just a small,
it did
small group of people, and it grew tremendously, and that's good. That's good.
It came from the conversation. I think, Rodney, you and I trying to do something. You and I started a conversation about doing something here up northeast somewhere, and then Ray chimed in one day and said, "Well, we ought to do one in Florida," and then we kind of started talking about it a little bit.
Yeah.
And Ray and somebody else. It wasn't Matt Cundiff. I think it was somebody else he was working with down in Florida, and they decided to go ahead and try to do a meetup. And now this meetup, it's still called a meetup, but it's really going to be an event now.
Yeah, really. And it's going to be cool because, and I found out that Ken Dono is going to be there, and
Yep.
Billy Kyle. And I haven't met Billy Kyle. And then that's a treat.
That's going to be cool. I tried to talk Kelly last night in his Friday night stream, First Fridays. He says he's not going to be able to make it, but who knows? He might make a surprise visit. Now, Ken Herron, he's kind of teased a little bit that he's traveling around the country that time of year, which is just a couple of weeks. So I don't know if he's going to make an appearance or not.
That would be pretty neat.
Yeah. He usually tries to show up. Now, from his house to there, I'm not sure. I mean, he's in Tennessee, right? So right. I'm not sure how far of a drive that would be for him, but he and his little co-pilot Henry can make it out there. That would be cool.
That would be cool. So
I want
this will be a cool event. Go ahead, Ron.
He put a thing on the Facebook page that somehow he convinced his wife that coming to the drone meet would be a great place to celebrate their 17th wedding anniversary. Something like that.
Who did that?
That was Ken Dono.
Ken Dono.
Yep. Ken.
I do remember reading that. Yeah.
He said, "Is it worth my marriage or going to this drone event, or should I spend time with my wife?" So he didn't tell her about this until after he booked all the stuff close by. That he was, by the way, I'm going to be going to a drone meetup while we're celebrating our 17th anniversary.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he'll have an understanding wife. Now, I wish, I kind of wish my wife had more of an interest in stuff like this, but because I think it would be neat if the wives could get together.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, I guess.
Well, Rodney, I will see about next year if anybody has an interest in coming out here.
I do.
I've got a couple places that
I would love to come out your way.
Well, I would love to come out your way, but I ain't going to do it in winter, Ron. No, sir.
No.
No.
I don't want to do it in winter either. I will be honest with you. This is probably the mildest winter I've encountered here.
Yeah, I remember last week you were talking about how mild it was when it was negative 26 degrees.
Yeah, that was probably an outlier, right?
You had me convinced, Ron, that it was a mild winter there in South Dakota.
Believe it or not, that spell only lasted 4 or 5 days. But yesterday it was 62. Supposed to be near 70 today.
Wow.
That was warmer than here in Richmond, Virginia. Wow.
Most of the winter has been in the 30s and 40s. A lot of it. And that's not bad for wintertime.
Yeah, now summertime. What's your summertime? What's your summertime months look like, Ron, out there? I mean, is it 70s, 80s?
We're mostly around 80-ish, maybe sometimes a little above. But the big thing is we don't have the humidity that you guys get out on the East Coast and stuff. And it's so nice. One thing I like about the western side of the state is you can sit outside at night there, because I spent enough nights in Pennsylvania where you go outside and the humidity is so thick and it fogs up and everything. But it's so dry here, and we don't have the bugs. You can sit out at night and not have to worry about getting chewed up by mosquitoes.
You know what I want to see is a nighttime sky with no light.
Oh,
no
I got
pollution.
Got the perfect place to take you.
Hey, Caleb Young. Good morning.
Welcome to the Northern Lights Saturday night. We were flying back from Fargo, North Dakota, flying back to Dickinson, and pilot says, "Hey guys, look out the right window." And I'm like, "Oh crap!" The whole sky with green streaks.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Northern Lights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you know, one of the best times. Hey, Bob Casey, you have a
Take
good
care,
day,
Bob.
brother.
Yep. Have a great day, man.
Bob.
Good to see you.
And one of the neatest times at sea when I was in the Navy was at night, because you only have the navigation lights, and that's not very bright because they're kind of shielded, you know. But you look up, and me and a buddy of mine was sitting out back on top of our chill water pump house, just smoking and talking about the day's events and stuff, and in 30 minutes, we counted at least 30 to 35 meteorites.
Yeah.
Wow.
In 30 minutes time. And
one of the
Milky Way, oh man.
Yeah.
I miss
one of
that.
the best sights I ever saw was in Nevada. When I flew in Nevada for 2 years, sometimes, and there's a couple spots in Nevada are considered in one of the top 3 darkest spots in the world. But yeah, when we used to fly across the state in the helicopter, sometimes, as I said, with that big glass cockpit, you could just look around and just see, oh my God, so many stars. It was unbelievable. It was so dark.
Hey, so Ray Kelly's mentioning that the meetup has gotten so big now that we might have to move the location, which I can understand that. That park is not that big. It was big enough for 15, 20 people to fly drones, but I think he's right. We might have to punt and figure out a little bit different location, but it should be really close to there, if not part of that location.
Newfound Drone Productions is in the house. Good morning.
Brad, thank you for doing that. Lanyards and stuff.
That's cool.
No, again, I just wanted, I like being part of this stuff. I work with, and I've told this story before, I work with the Kelly Shores quite a bit on the spin-ups, kind of behind the scenes. I love being a part of things like that. I don't know. I don't mind being in the background, but I like to just give back every once in a while. I don't know. It just, all these folks in the droning community are so nice and helpful. And if you need somebody, they're going to be right there for you. You get the occasional, lunatics like the one on your show last weekend, Rodney, but you'll have that.
When I first started getting into this, now I've been on YouTube since 2011. That's when I first joined up on YouTube. I did like 2 or 3 videos, and then when I got my first drone, I put a video up there. And then I didn't do much until one day Drone Bum, Paul Davis, he texted me and he says, "Hey, Bud, can you mind if I do a shout out for your channel?" And I'm like, I wasn't sure what a shout out was. And I said, "Yeah, go ahead," And then I kind of thought, well, I hope this isn't a bad thing, But after he gave me that shout out, and like within a month, I had like 100 subscribers.
Really?
Wow. And the more I got involved with the drone community and stuff, I found out that, there's a lot of really good people out here.
Did you see what Dennis posted?
Oh, it was a lunatic.
I won't even comment anymore to that one. There's so many ways we could go with that.
I owe you an apology, but I know you were upset when that happened, and it probably didn't help matters. You know, that my typical paramedic smart aleck mind, as soon as that happened, I'm like, when I yelled out, "Well, Dennis, you stud."
It was funny, but maybe not appropriate at the moment. No.
Yeah,
Looking back on it, that's funny about looking back on it.
In hindsight, it is kind of funny, but even
Yeah.
so, you know, I mean,
Yeah,
And I'm sure that person's probably still stalking us right now in the chat. Who knows?
yeah. So,
All good. All good.
Brad, I am
Yeah, I'm
still
gonna have-
waiting for your stuff, brother.
Oh, you got me some stuff. Yeah, I know. We chatted about that a little bit. I appreciate that. I'm
Yeah.
no hurries, man.
It's my supplier has to wait for the material.
But I am still using an old mug. So I told you that this mug is 7 years old as of a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
My sister sent this to me. So my birthday, I'm now 57 now, but this one's still working good.
A vintage cup for a vintage man.
Rodney, have you spoken to Rick anytime recently?
I got a text from Rick this morning. He said he was going to try and call me today. He hasn't been feeling well. He told me that's why he hasn't been getting back to anybody. And so hopefully he'll be able to call me. I haven't seen him show up in the chats, but under the circumstances, you know, I don't think any of us is going to complain about that. We just want him to get better.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
so, but yeah, that's the last I've heard from him. Hopefully I'll know more today or hear from him today. You know, excuse me.
Well, I think on that note, I've got to start getting ready. I got to be heading on down the road here in about 45 minutes. So I got to jump in the shower, grab a little bite, and do some volunteer work, and hoping for that shot today.
I'm going to remember that if you come back on afterwards, I know not to bring you into the screen.
I hear you.
So,
yeah,
right,
absolutely. Yep,
well,
guys. Hey, Ron, good chatting with you. Rodney, I'm glad you made it back in. It was fun running your channel for a little while.
Yeah,
it was, and it was kind of cool that it continued on, and that when I did get my internet back, boom, it was like I'd never even left. You know.
Well, you know, I think it's. I was trying to tell Ron about that earlier, and Ron, you probably already knew about this, but you know, who was it that does the Friday? Used to do the Friday nights where you could fly your drone. Was it I Was by Drone? Where you fly your drone and then he streams your drone flight on his channel. Well, anyway, another example would be Kelly Shores will simulcast another live stream, and I think as long as you have that key, anybody can stream to your channel at any time. That's something you got to be very careful with.
Oh yeah, because that could lead to a lot of trouble.
It can, and I think you can change the security settings on that with YouTube somehow. I'm not really in the know on that, but and I think you can change the key so that people, if they get an old key to do that, you can change it up to a new one.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's been great. Looking forward. I mean, I know we might chat again before now and then, but I'll leave Friday to head down, like I was saying earlier in the stream, and I'll be down in Florida about a week before the event. But I look forward to catching up with you guys. Go ahead.
Yeah,
What's
you
that,
said
Ron?
you're going to Palm Bay, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go there first.
That's where Jim Boyd lives.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm gonna remind folks in the chat. I'm trying to keep up with it on my cell phone over here on the side. It's very difficult to do these two things at once. It somehow or another, I don't know where we can do it, but as far as if you want your name and your YouTube channel on these lanyards pre-printed, I got to do it in the next couple of days, like by Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll reach out to me. I wish I had a way to tell you to go to a link or something, but maybe Ray Kelly's link if you're already on there, been invited to the event. Send me a message, private message. I'm on YouTube, or I mean on Facebook or something, but I can pre-print these lanyards so they'll look a little bit nicer when you get there. But otherwise, we'll just use a Sharpie to write the names on them.
Hey, Brad, before you go, I can do this in the private chat.
Okay.
I don't have your number. I will send you mine.
Okay. Yep. And yeah, and I didn't know if you wanted to talk about it any. I really wish I could afford to rent a motorcycle while I'm down in Florida. That would have been cool to ride up down the coast. I was going to do that until I had a couple of these things come my way on the vehicle, and just cost. It's just all about cost right now.
Did you get that right, Brad? In the private chat.
Oh yeah. Let me look at it.
In the private chat.
Let me see how this works. Oh, I haven't ever used private chat. All right, let me add that to my phone. I'll ping you real quick.
Oh, Rodney, you might have to send out a new link.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, people are.
I'm okay. Everybody in the chat, I'm going to put the link in the chat. It's going to be there for 15 seconds. And if I don't put you on the screen right away, please understand why. I'm going to wait for you to turn your cameras on. I'm not going to have what happened last week happen again.
Right.
So anyway, here it comes.
Let's see.
There it is.
I'm trying to get out of this chat, guys. If I lose you, I'll
there he went. So it's good to having Brad in here.
Boy, there's Kevin. I still to this day think the funniest moment on your show, Rodney, was the day that you did that Vegemite challenge.
Oh yeah,
Daddy of 13, and the one littlest one there, the little baby, the look on her face when they tasted that stuff was sweet.
Whoa, holy moly!
What the hell are you guys doing up at this hour?
The question is, what are you doing up there? Hey Dan, how's it going, brother?
Dan's back to warm weather, huh, buddy?
Oh yeah, dude, it's like 90 degrees here. Well, Jim knows. Heck, the past couple days has been crazy.
Dude, you picked the worst week ever to go to Colorado. It was like nasty, nasty cold.
I actually appreciated it. I appreciated how cold it was because we wanted snow and we got it.
Oh yeah.
We had to have it that cold for snow to happen where we were at.
That's cool. It's been so many years since I've played in the snow.
Even Tomas wrote, Jim is here. What the?
There's someone in the green room that says the flasher that hasn't turned their camera on yet.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. What did I miss? What happened? Did somebody pop in without a camera on and troll you or something?
They straightened them.
They what?
Yeah. They come in, pose. Well, everybody knows now. Posed as Dennis, had his icon and everything. Rodney thought it was Dennis and brought him in, popped him into the screen, and then the screen was just the icon for 4 or 5 seconds. And
the bomb.
Then all of a sudden the camera turned on. You saw this guy. All you saw was an inside of a house for about 2 or 3 seconds. Then you saw a naked guy run in front of the camera. He turned around. Yeah.
See, Rodney, I would do that to you, but I'm not that proud of my junk. So
that has happened to me before. Somebody just did one of those. That was like 2 years ago. Somebody did that during a Google Hangout that I had. I just invited people in, and then all of a sudden, black screen, man, junk, black screen. I was like,
hey, Paul.
Sorry about that, Rod. I didn't know that you were live when I flashed you.
So we officially have the drone community Super Bowl streaker. Is that what we have? Okay.
Barely so, yeah. Yeah.
Right. I'll be back. I need more coffee.
All right. Jim, it's good to see you, brother.
I've been working really hard on adjusting my schedule. I normally, when we get off these live streams at night, I start digging into the DaVinci Resolve tutorials, and before I know it, it's 5 in the morning. You know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna try those, Jim. Do you really like the DaVinci Resolve? Because I have it on the PC. I was gonna start messing with it. Do you like it as an actual editing program?
It's actually it's incredible, and I can't do the shit I want to do with Cyberlink.
Okay.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
I have dabbled with DaVinci, and it is for a free video editor.
Pretty
it is
extensive.
Outstanding. It is very extensive.
Right.
Matt North uses it almost. Well, he uses it all the time. So.
How does it do with rendering 4K on a decent PC? Does it seem to tax the PC at all? Hard?
Pretty good. No, it renders it just fine. I got a little too involved and got some controls for it.
Oh, jeez. You bought an editing reel?
Yeah.
So, Paul, you working?
Yes, I am. I just figured I'd stop in and say hi. You know.
Well, I'm glad you did, but you'll have to excuse me when you came up and it said the flasher and there was no video. I wasn't going to let you onto the screen. So.
I figured as much.
Oh, I hate this thing.
He should have had the Super Troopers thing on there where he's got his thing open, where he's standing in front of the police station and he's got it, you know, but he's in his underwear at least, but that would have been amusing.
So, okay, let's see here. Speaking of Matt North. Hey, Matt.
Oh, Christ, not him.
Yeah. Hey, Dan has a question for you about DaVinci.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so from what I hear, you and Jim use it often, and Rodney's dabbled with it a little bit. How does it do with 4K rendering? Does it tax your computer real hard, or does it seem to do all right?
No, dude, but mine eats through it. It's fine, mate. Absolutely fine. I run a 1080 NVIDIA 1080i, which isn't top of the line by any means now. The program itself uses the GPU more than it does the CPU.
Okay.
So the better video card you got, the better it is when it comes to mine does struggle. Once I start to color grade and transition and all that sort of thing, it'll play 4K, no worries. But I shoot in RAW. RAW, listen to me. Log. So it's a 265 file, blah, 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 blah.
I'll be back, guys.
But powerful, mate. Stunningly powerful for a free program.
I have it.
Free version.
A while ago and haven't tampered with it. I'm getting tired of lossy. Have you noticed it more and more on YouTube? It doesn't matter if I create a 3 gigabyte file, right? And I upload 3 gigs, they compress it all the way down to like 175 megabytes. So when you watch the finalized version of it, it's like totally compressed out the wazoo.
Yeah.
You just see all the checker marks and all the detail scaling is lost. Everything's just gone in the video. It just looks horrible. It looks trash. The upload that I put up is perfect. The one that I get on YouTube is just garbage.
I'll tell you what I do. Now I've done Spark footage for a lot of years, you know, and I always upscale the 1080p file and I render it off in a 4K file.
Right, that's what I do.
And I up the bit rate too, the megabit, right?
Okay.
So because that creates a bigger file again as well. So once that gets to YouTube and YouTube does all its crap with it, you don't lose. If you just chuck the 1080 file up, the quality is poo, man. I hate it. So the bigger the file you put up there, they compress it, but the better quality it comes out on YouTube. Yeah.
Your average upload, let's say 5-minute video, is how large normally after you're done editing? 5 gigs? 6?
Okay. No, well, I only do 2.5, I guess, 2.5 minutes, and that can upload probably 30 minutes, I guess, and it's usually around about 6 gig.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm
getting a little irritated with Cyber Power Director right now because I just feel like Cyberlink is not making bitrate available to the user, and it's frustrating that I can't upscale. Well, I can upscale, I just can't adjust the bitrate on it, and it's causing really nasty lossy effects.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely worth getting that bitrate up. What are you shooting at? What's the bitrate you're shooting at?
I honestly have no idea because my RunCam split has its own settings. Like it's not adjustable. So I really have no idea what that's shooting. I just know it's 1080 at 60 frames per second. So whenever you use RunCam or CADX or RunCam, either of those, you don't really get any of that information. It just shoots and whatever it shoots and what you get is what you get.
Okay.
Now if I'm running my GoPro, that's totally different. I can adjust all the settings as necessary, but
you can change your render bit rate in CyberLink Power Director.
But I'm talking about the Android version. As you guys know, I try to simplify things by using my Android phone for all my editing. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So they don't allow you to make those adjustments when you're using your Android version of it. And I think that should be available. They've really changed it a lot. It's getting much better, but there's just things they need to add in there, like the ability to immediately, without having to convert a file from AVI to MP4 to be able to use it. They need to start adding some real codecs in there. They need to start allowing you to mess with, Chinese codec video formats. And it's frustrating that they keep making better features, but not like making the software better for the user. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense.
I'll tell you
something. Won't
Dan.
upgrade the color either.
Yeah. If you want to get into DaVinci, hit me up, dude, and we'll do a screen share. And it'll make life so much easier for you.
Sure.
Because it is a very it's a steep learning curve, man. Because you're delving into a lot of different shit, and everything's called different. The same features are called different things, and you look at it and go, "Where the hell is that?" It's right in front of you. You don't know what it's called.
Dennis uses it. Michael Blade uses it. I use it. There's a couple other guys that use it too, Dan.
I don't use it, and I gotta go. See you guys. I just stopped in to say hi.
All right, Paul.
Nice to see you, brother. Hey, Caleb, how are you, buddy? I haven't seen you there, man. Dennis, how are you?
Yeah, Ron, by the way, it's good to see you, bud.
No. Sorry, I'm eating. I'm hungry.
You're good, man. I'm skipping breakfast. Things hurt.
That's when people generally eat, eh, Ron?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
When I go live, it's still old dark 30 in South Dakota.
Yeah.
Rodney, what was going on yesterday? I got like 15 lives for you, and every time I popped in, they were already over.
I was trying to go live using Prism on my iPad so I could go do live streams using my Mavic Air 2.
Okay.
And every time I thought it was working, I would go outside to launch the drone, and it would quit working. And it would tell me, the stream has stopped.
Okay, here's the real question. You're using Apple product?
Yeah, it's an iPad.
Android allows you to go over there and overlay apps on top of each other if you open developer options. I don't think Mac allows you to do that, so a lot of those screen share softwares don't work well with Mac when it comes to doing DJI stuff.
Oh yeah.
So if you had a Linux or a Linux-based any Android device, you're probably going to be better off trying it with that than an Apple product.
Which is weird. Which is weird because DJI are inherently better performers with Apple
Mac
products.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree, but when it comes to the open source aspect, like trying to do screen overlay on top of a screen to do that stuff, that's where DJI loses it because it doesn't have that open source ability.
Yeah,
third-party apps do work really well with Android when it comes to DJI. However, Android isn't nearly as good with DJI products. So it's like a give and get scenario. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
if you want to do something, you have to have it specifically for this reason.
Matt, you got something you want me to share? Is that what that is?
Yeah, you mentioned the Mavic Air 2, and I went out flying with Tim, and that's the Mavic Air 2.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
That's I'm going to make that bigger.
Yeah, that's the
gorgeous, bro.
That's nice.
Yeah,
where was that at?
A place called Fingal Head. I've just finished. I'm actually rendering the video now. See, there you go, Dan. I'm rendering a video, and I'm doing the live stream. So there you go. Computer's loving it. There's no issues.
It's not taxing it that bad because you're not cutting in and out. So
he does that pretty good.
That was pretty good, man. I got to give it to you.
Thank you. I've been working on that one.
Now that's what Adobe Premiere does on my computer. If I'm doing 4K, editing, it does that. It's just like it jumps. Once I get it edited and get it rendered, which it takes maybe 10, 15 minutes to render a 4K video of about 3 minutes long.
That's only because of the GPU power we have. We don't have these large GPUs. Mine's a 1060, his is a 1080.
Well, that's why gaming computers are great, because they have those high-powered graphics processing units in them.
Yeah. If you use DaVinci Free, it's using most of your CPU. Same as Cyberlink was nailing my CPU to 100%.
And it wasn't pulling anything from GPU.
5% GPU.
So you can't tell it what you want it to use more of. You can't tell it. Really?
No. With the studio version of Resolve, which is why I bought it, it uses all CPU and very little GPU.
Huh. Yeah, okay.
I mean, change that around. It'll use all GPU when you get the studio version with the neural engine.
Mine nails my GPU, man, and mine's the free version.
That's good. Great for you. Mine doesn't.
Doesn't it?
Nope.
Mine nails it. It use bugger all CPU.
Good morning, Night Train.
That's weird.
Mr. Michael.
You start using DaVinci Resolve effects, and it's all GPU.
I've come to call Michael ungodly.
That's right.
Why?
What do you mean?
Why ungodly?
He has an interesting scenario with somebody else that's calling him ungodly. It's very interesting how all that's playing out. You guys probably don't know because it's more of the FPV world, but it's there's a guy who just can't he can't understand what this community is about. So he's going on this rampage of convincing everyone to fly for God. And he basically told Michael and his whole community that that they were ungodly people, and God should strike these people down for the things that they're doing. And then all of a sudden he changed from FPV on his channel to FFG, Flying for God. It's really strange stuff.
Is he one of my neighbors?
Yeah, right.
If you're talking about who I think you're talking about,
yeah, there's a bear in the name.
He needs to reconsider how he speaks if he's going to claim to be God.
Yes, that's why I made that video for him. I was like, dude, you're out there, bro.
Whoa. Oh, that's Sleeping Bear?
Yeah.
Crazy shit.
He's come to call the entire drone community ungodly, and he is just at work hard trying to convince people God is the way when flying.
Hey, guys, I just posted a link in the chat to a guy. His name's Casey Ferris. I guess he's real good at using Resolve, DaVinci Resolve. So you may check that out.
Casey Ferris, Jay Lippman, Chuck. There's 18 guys that are good.
There's a few good ones, eh? A few good ones that actually get to the point you need. Yeah. You know,
this is the memory curve here. It doesn't.
Well, they all have tutorials, but then there's 5 minutes of promotion, and just give me the shit I want.
Yeah, you gotta find it, eh?
Well, I mean, they are taking the time to make the videos. It's good to give them support if you can.
They're getting 50,000 subscribers. They'll be all right. I think they'll be fine.
Still, I mean, that's part of their pay for doing the work, you know.
Dan, I found your video interesting the other day, the pooping dog.
The what?
Looked like a cow to me. That thing was so big.
Yeah.
What happened?
Hold on.
Your pooping video.
Oh, yeah.
The pooping dog. Yeah.
I'm just making fun of all the people that are spending all this time making DJI FPV videos, and it's just out there. So I'm essentially trolling those people right now. I'm just like we can all just make content about stuff we don't own and whatever, you know. Oh, let's just have fun with it.
I think it's a piece of plastic waiting to break.
That's
okay.
What I think. Actually, Ken blew my mind. I was not expecting that. Ken just took me to a whole nother level. I was like, wow, I did not expect that from Ken. Interesting.
Ken?
Heron. Did you not
Oh.
see his review?
Oh,
Of
yeah.
the, oh yeah. Yeah. He did it a day late. I did mine first and said it was a giant turd, and then to follow that up, he just said it. It was a giant pile of shit. I was like, oh wow. Good job, Ken. Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I watched that video.
Yeah, it was very on point. I'm actually, because I don't normally agree with Ken, but I have to say that he was very honest, and I think he noticed everything I noticed, except I wasn't silly enough to make the purchase, because obviously there would have had no place in my life in this drone world that I do. So I think my real frustration from all this spawns from the fact that DJI, every single video they've released is them flying an acro through skyscrapers and doing insanity moves with it. And they've convinced a lot of these GPS guys that it's capable of doing this on a daily, and it's not that type of drone. It is more for the functionality of the set features that it has for GPS mode being active, like assisted modes. So I think it should have really been called like the Mavic Sport, and they should have never even implemented acro. I don't think it was ever really meant to be an acro flyer. It's because one hit, it's toast. Like they didn't add any structural integrity to this drone whatsoever.
Yeah,
so I don't even think acro should have been available at all.
That was
so they've been pushing this off as an FPV drone, and that's frustrating to me. As an FPV guy, I see what they're doing, and you can't explain that to a lot of people. They don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? So I've been having fun with it. Let's just put it that way. I've been having an enjoyable experience. But what I will say is that by me making these videos, I have a ton of new subscribers, and those people are asking, how can I get into FPV? So I've shown them a world that they didn't understand previous to this, and I've told them how easy it is to get into it and where to get started. So this is actually, I think, really positive, but I think the way DJI marketed it is really strange, and it should have been done differently.
Hey, Dan.
Yes.
Caleb Young wants to know what your channel is. If you want to put a link to your channel in the chat, go ahead.
I can't because I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay. Well, if you don't mind, I'll do it.
Go for it, man. So I got a lot of questions. I have people coming in, what's a great starter beginner FPV drone? And I can see that all their pictures and all their videos on their channel are all GPS stuff. So it's created interest is what it's done. And I'm glad that's happened, but I just feel DJI really could have handled this a different way. And I think this was a very strange tactic for them to take with this drone. It should have been offered as a cinematic Mavic Sport version of something, not an FPV flyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's I've always likened it to a Cinewhoop, basically.
Right. That's what I would have liked from DJI, some kind of Cinewhoop thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Caleb, there's a link to Dan's channel.
Just because you got the goggles, I guess they call it FPV. So
I don't. I guess when I think of quads and FPV, I think of something that can take some punishment. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be flying it in extreme different settings than you would a normal GPS craft. That's why when I see FPV in the name for any quadcopter, I have to think that it has to take some kind of punishment. If it can't, then I don't want to fly it through trees at 60 miles an hour in sport mode. You know what I mean? Like these shots are very specific that you're trying to get with it, and if it's not structurally sound, then it's just going to fall apart when it takes.
You look at Joshua Bardwell; he was he was not doing anything extreme,
dude.
Just coming around a tree and bingo, the branch took it out.
I can smash my drone into a tree at 60, 70 miles an hour, and it'll still be intact. I just replace the props and I go again.
Do you wonder why DJI sent all these guys too?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That says a lot, Jim?
Because they knew. That should be an eye-opener for anybody even thinking about buying it. Even in sport mode, you're going to see a lot of crashes. People are just not going to be ready for it.
Yeah, definitely. And especially, you get a lot of people who, look, I know a bloke, and I've talked to him a fair bit about this, and he says, I want to get one of those FPVs. And I said I wouldn't. I said, you'll crash it.
Yeah.
You will crash it. And he goes, oh, yeah, but they're so good. And I said, well, he's never flown FPV in his life.
Right.
I said, well, if you're going to do that, do what I've done. Grab a tiny hawk and learn how to fly it.
Dude, it really is. It's so much cheaper to do it that way than it is this route. You know how many? I could buy like 6. Go ahead.
But Dan, the part you're not talking about is the DJI's FPV banks for you. That's
No,
not
no,
FPV.
and that's why I said those are assisted modes. We were talking
Yeah.
about that earlier. Those DJI assist modes are just ridiculous. That's not teaching you anything. It's
If someone
really
new
not.
gets into that game and they think that that's FPV,
Yep.
it's not.
It's a crutch. It's a crutch that you're going to lean on. And if you're really trying to transition to true FPV, that thing will hold you back and teach you a lot of the wrong stuff that you should not be flying in that style or format of any kind. So
Yeah,
I don't know who they created this for. I really just can't understand what they've done here.
I've seen some of Matt's FPV flying, and I'm still in awe on how that drone even survived.
Yeah, that's what they're meant to do.
You're right, Caleb.
Everything there was to run into.
If it's there to hit, I'll hit it.
I'll hit it.
Exactly.
But what are you replacing afterwards, Matt?
Nothing.
Or propellers. It's so
yeah.
rare that you break a motor or an arm. I mean, these things are just built like tanks. They're designed to take that punishment.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, mine bounces. Boing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's fantastic. But you know, that's why I bought that. It was robust, you know, and it's going to take some smacks. And I knew I was going to crash.
Well,
you know,
as you progress, Matt, and you start flying bigger rigs, like I think you're still on the Tiny Hawk right now, right?
Yeah, I'm ripping that thing to shreds, mate. It's brilliant.
Once you transition to 3-inch or 5-inch, that's when you start breaking things from going too fast, excessively too fast. That's when you hit a tree and you're like, oh, hopefully I didn't snap an arm. But if I did, it literally takes me 2 minutes to go back to my car, put a new arm on, put 2 bolts back through it, put the motor back on, put 2 zip ties around it, and I'm ready to fly again. That's where the difference comes in. We know what's going to break, so we make those parts breakable for a reason.
Huge difference in being able to repair something in a half hour and sending it for an 8-week trip.
Yes.
So many where they're clearing the objects, but the bottom of the drone clips. There you go. There you go. It's a camera perspective. Thomas brought up there, which is a good point. I
mean, it's great long range flyer. Don't get me wrong. That's what I think it was. That's where its place is. Long range flyer. That's exactly what I think it's for. Long range, uphill, fast, cinematic flying.
Brilliant stuff. And you know what? And this is exactly why I wanted to get into FPV, because I wanted to get and incorporate some of that footage in with what I'm doing. And this drone would do the job for me with things like that, but there's no one buying it. I would rather, it's like going for a license and buying a manual or an automatic. I want to get a manual so I know how to drive a manual. You know, anyone can drive an auto, you know.
Right.
I'd rather push myself a little bit further and do something to improve, you know, because that drone won't improve the way you fly, I don't think, at all.
Plus, your burnouts are a lot more fun on manual instead of automatic.
Of course they are.
Ride that gear until the engine dies. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, pressure plate. We'll do another one of them.
Exactly.
Jimbo, he's gone.
Jim just left. Oh, he said device is not connected.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Matt. I didn't mean to cut you off. I got a little excited there for a sec. You were talking about the one thing it probably was good at, so that's my fault. I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize.
Oh, mate. I didn't take it to heart,
I know when I need to apologize for things. I'm good.
Yeah, no, you're all good. Here comes Jimbo again. Here we go.
Oh, I know better than that.
Wait till the camera comes up. Rodney's learned his lesson.
Yeah.
I never saw that.
You should have been there, man.
That would have been interesting, you know. I never saw that. Never heard of it.
I think we talked about it a little earlier in the stream today. In hindsight, it was kind of funny, but at the moment, it wasn't funny at all.
It's bizarre. It's a bizarre thing.
I'll be back.
Sorry.
Okay. I'd never heard of anything like that in my life. You know, it was the strangest thing. And someone said, "Oh, did you see what happened to Rodney's?" Oh, what happened there? They said, "Oh, there was a flash or some shit." And I said, "Where the hell did that happen?" And I was thinking, how does that happen? How does that happen?
It happens because stupid people like me, put their link in to the stream in there and pins it so everybody can see it. And here's the thing, Matt. I knew better than to do that. I got overconfident. I just assumed that people were going to be honest, whatever. Not sure the word I want to look for. Decent. And plus, he used a version of Dennis's name that wasn't spelled correctly, and he used Dennis's logo, his YouTube logo. And of course, when you see that, the first thing you think is, "Oh, it's Dennis. He's good." And then you see that happen, and then you realize that, oops. I told Dennis later. I said, it just makes me so mad, and I felt bad for Dennis because
he hasn't done that for ages. Yeah.
He hasn't done that for at least a year.
I think the funniest thing, Ronnie, was if you go back and look at the look on Hughes' face. He's like, "What the?"
Yeah. Hey, your face too, Ron.
Yeah.
Your face too. To tell you the truth, you both look like you'd seen a ghost.
Yeah. So is this happening? Is this happening? I mean, we've all had Adrian on our streams, and that sort of thing goes on quite regularly with him. But we expect that.
Thanks, Dennis.
Don't feel bad for me.
Damn it. Put the link in the chat again, Rodney. See how we go.
No.
Come on.
So Ron, you're still going to the meet, right?
I sure as heck hope so.
Have a good one, Copper State, Ariel. Be safe out there.
What days are you going to be there?
I'm getting there Thursday evening till Wednesday afternoon.
Unless he's shot.
Okay.
Unless he gets shot before that time.
Jim, we already know you're going to be there.
I may not be where Ray Kelly's going to be because he's only going to be there for an hour.
What? Seriously?
Look up Riverview Park in Sebastian, Florida on a map.
Well, I think somebody mentioned today he may be looking for a different area.
Yeah, I had to change his area in the first place because he was going to fly at the
state park.
Sebastian State Park Inlet. I said, Ray, that's a state park inlet. State park, keyword. Ray's a visitor to Florida.
You can't fly in state parks there?
No. No, that's totally against our laws here.
And this Space Coast is a Merritt Island National Reserve, so you can't fly there either.
That goes from being civil to federal really quickly.
Right.
Yeah, you're not getting hit with a civil case if you get caught flying in a state park. It's definitely federal.
It's federal down in Florida?
Yeah.
It's Merritt Island National Reserve. Or preserve, whatever the hell they call it.
Let me ask you something. Do you consider that overkill?
So I'm actually fighting that out right now. I have a video I'm about to release to you guys. I'm going against the city of Tampa right now. I have a meeting set with our city council and Tampa PD based on what's happening in the parks right now. And I'm actually going to do a whole walkthrough of how I'm dealing with this legally and the things that we have to go forward and how we're going to hit this and what points we're going to use legally to loophole the system or find the gray area. So this is something I've been working on now for 6 months, but I think I'm finally ready to start putting phases of this out. I'll show you some of the interactions we've had with the police. It's been pretty nasty.
Because if you look at Florida state law, they're very pro.
Yes.
The state of Florida is pro UAVs.
So they do stupid things like tell you, okay, so let's say we're in Class G airspace, right? I can fly the park. It's Class G airspace. I can technically fly the park if I'm not on the property. The rule of thumb here is that you can't land or take off, and this applies to all city and state parks in Florida, unless it's a public park that's not governed by the city, then you're good to go. If it's a city park, all the ordinances are basically the same across the board. You can't take off or land.
No, Dennis. No, Dennis.
inside of a state park or city-owned park with an ordinance. So I'm fighting that. I think it needs to be challenged. I think that's something that Florida, they're basing on model aircraft, which is a really, really old thing. I guess they had problems back in the day with airplanes, but they're categorizing us under model aircraft. And I'm not quite sure that really applies to drones. You're not building these things. I mean, if I'm flying FPV, that's one thing, but if I'm flying a GPS or a store-bought drone, does it really fall under the category of model aircraft? It wasn't built by me. It was a purchased product that was finished from a company. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of gray area and loopholes that I'm going to kind of reach out to the city council and just have a sit down and say, is this really necessary to have these rules in place anymore? I mean, have you ever had a real issue with the parks that we fly at with anybody having a problem with a drone? You know, how many times can you count on your finger that you have a drone incident at any one of these locations? You know what I mean? And we've been flying these spots for 4 and 5 years. So I have 5 years worth of footage at this park, and all of a sudden this year it's a problem. Please explain that to me. You know, so it's going to be fun. I don't mind a good challenge. I like to teach.
It is ridiculous. And I just got to look at the laws in Australia when it comes to national parks. You know, every state's got its different laws for that. In Queensland, I don't need anything. I can just take off and fly wherever I bloody like, as long as it's CASA approved. Some states you cannot fly at all, and other states you just ring them up and say, look, I want to fly my drone. They go, oh yeah, all right, no worries. They don't give a shit. So if it's that freaking bad, why isn't it a national rule?
Right.
You know, if it's that much of an issue, then it's not a national rule. Everyone's got their own little ideas about these things, you know. And when it comes down to it, when you look at road safety and things like that, the road rules are the same because it unites a problem, right? And there's a lot of shit that goes on with cars and all that sort of crap. But the road rules are the same, basically, so everyone knows what they're doing because it's a dangerous thing to do. Drones are a different matter. You can fly here because they know it's not dangerous, but you can't fly here, and they put some bullshit excuse on it. It really shits me, this crap. And the amount, as you said, the amount of incidents and things like that when it comes to drones and all that is just, it's not even worth talking about.
That's what I'm saying. It's minimal at best. There's barely ever an issue with these things, unless somebody complains like you're doing something that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh well,
yeah, that's their problem.
Right? How's that my issue? I don't care. Class G airspace. Deal with it.
Yeah. You're not on your magic carpet. You're not up there with me, so piss off. You know.
Yeah, drones are just misunderstood by the general public, man.
Oh, they are. It's a misconception, you know, and you get them everywhere, you know. I was flying one place once. I was going through these trees and shit, and there was a walking track, and I was about to get this sunrise bizzo and all this, and the bloke comes up and he's walking. He's going, "What are you looking for?" You know, I said, "What do you mean? What am I looking for? I'm not looking for anything." I said, "I'm looking for the sunrise, to be honest." You know, as if I'm up to something. You know,
Jim, what are we looking at here, buddy?
That's all the restricted airspace in my neighborhood.
Oh my God.
This
is Melbourne Airport, and you got X59 Airport, and you got Vero Beaches airports. Are we even down there?
And where's Sebastian in that?
Oh, Sebastian's fine. It's just south of Grant. See, there's Melbourne Beach, Ron, where you'll be getting the bike at.
Okay.
That's where
also
we're going to
Class E airspace.
Me and my wife are going to be staying at a DoubleTree at a hotel there, Crown Plaza.
What, Melbourne's only like what, 15
Crown
minutes
Plaza, Palm Bay, Florida.
Yeah, how far is Melbourne from you, Jim?
Melbourne.
Far.
It's one exit.
There you go. Shit.
Metro Drones, welcome to the chat.
Good old Metro. I haven't seen him around in a while.
Yeah, he hasn't been. At least he hasn't been on my channel in a while. Good.
So you're staying beachside, Rodney?
Yeah, my wife was pretty insistent. She goes, if I'm going to go down there and have to be by myself, it's going to be on a beach.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And the hotel is right on the beach. So
yeah.
I know Carlos is finally committed. He's coming.
Yeah.
Good. What is that?
Suspected spam. I don't know why I even have a phone. It's more spam than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Robot
I
calls.
same thing.
How come every warranty department is in India?
I know.
And they don't know your real name.
Right.
Well,
or the vehicle you own, but it's out of warranty.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the calls I get are from people that want to pay off your debt, and they're all from Texas.
I got one on Facebook Messenger that was from an old school chum from high school. Hey, did you hear about the $200,000 loan grants from the U.S. government?
Whoops.
I said, no, I heard about the $2 trillion debt, but no, I haven't heard about these loan grants. Oh, well, just text Emily at such and such. It's all a scam.
Yeah, I've gotten those too.
Well, a lot of times those are hacked profiles, and they end up putting out, whatever they want to once they hack the profile until it gets taken down.
She was hacked. Of course, it was a she, or else I wouldn't have even answered. Some guy.
Huh? Some dude.
The guys are rougher looking than the girls.
Hey.
Well, high school days, They're all FBs now. That's fat bastards for those who don't know. How come they never age gracefully like we do?
Oh my God.
The funny thing is, all you guys talked this morning about all the problems you're having. Can't fly here, can't fly there. Come to South Dakota. As long as I stay away from the Air Force Base, Mount Rushmore, and the Badlands, I'm good.
They're building a new Amazon warehouse in Cocoa, Florida. So now that's going to be another Amazon Airlines depot.
Speaking of Amazon, I got a package that's supposed to get delivered today.
I just saw them at 8 o'clock in the morning driving by. Do those guys work 24 hours a day, for God's sakes?
They're starting to work some pretty late hours.
Yeah.
My wife, up until about 3 weeks ago, one of her biggest complaints about working at the post office is having to deliver Amazon packages. Well, apparently Amazon opened a facility close by to where we live, and they're delivering their own packages now. So she's been getting off, really early and stuff. So that's cool.
Hey, has that drone package delivery thing started up there in the US?
They're testing it out in Rome, New York, and in North Dakota.
Right.
North Dakota? Really?
Yeah. You got a university up there that is really involved in this crap, because they're actually now, like Embry-Riddle, there are collegiate courses to be a drone pilot. These are college credits we have paved the way for.
Wow.
They're giving degrees in this crap now.
I'll be right back, guys.
That's what when we were talking about on Tuesday night, I kept trying to say we are the first generation. When Carlos kept telling me, blah, 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 why can't you just price out your job? Well, I got a $20,000 drone. I got a battery that's $1,400. How many flights does that battery get? Amortize the price of your drones. Even your Mavic 2 Pro setup is $2,000, right? You got to amortize that over the battery life and the amount of job. How much can you get from that person for a job? Blah, blah, blah. We're doing all this math for everybody now. So the next generation will have these numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we get no credit for it.
Yeah. I wish the hell they had these things bloody 20 years ago, let me tell you. My God.
Well, I tell you what, if you're going to take videos like Ken Herron just did at 507 feet high, do it now, because in 17 months, when remote ID transponders are on there, you'll be getting that FAA fine in the mail.
Oh, yeah.
So get the shots you can get now. Get all the footage you're going to ever dream of. Get it now.
Yeah, that's
The minute
great.
that transponder is on there, it's all the National Reserve. It's all restricted airspace, Dennis, is what my point was. Nothing against parks or anything.
Rodney got a new toy of some kind.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Hanukkahs.
Sweet.
Are we
Did you
planning
get
on a long
Is that a
range?
receiver and two?
2 wireless mics and a
Right.
receiver. Yeah.
That the Comica?
Yeah.
The-
Is that what you used, Ron?
Well, that's what Rick had lent me.
Yeah.
Worked phenomenal.
Yeah. Dennis gave me the same thing, and I donated that to the church. And then I decided that I was going to go ahead and buy one for myself. So they're really nice. They work really well. So
You had something with was you with Dennis before? Did you have a lapel mic before? Was that you?
there was we did a Saturday morning coffee with Rodney and friends that we did together because he was visiting.
That's right.
And it was me and him, and we used that.
I got a dip.
No worries,
Sounds like
mate.
somebody's at the door. I'll catch you guys on the flip. Thanks for letting me in, Rodney.
All right. See you later, Meatball.
Toodles, everybody.
See you, buddy.
People.
Yeah, Dennis, that it's the same set. I decided to go ahead and get that. I thought about getting a Rode makes one. They're small, but I decided to go ahead and go with this one because I really like these.
Thomas,
I saw the roads. Right, Mitch had them. They look, and Rick had them too. He had both. They look really tiny, right? Like an inch by inch.
Yeah,
they are, Thomas. They're a lot better, Thomas. Get with it, mate. Actually, there you go. This is a road. This is a road.
Aussie crap Rode. Is Rode an Australian product?
It sure is.
I like my Rode Video Micro.
They're good products, mate. You know, they've been around for a long bloody time, dude.
I've heard a lot of good things about those Rode microphones.
Yeah, the Video Micro camera is it's excellent for either. I got it for the original Osmo, you know, that original camera on the stick. And then I can also plug it into the GoPro. It's got that 3.5 millimeter, so it's pretty versatile.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. There you go, Thomas.
Good morning, Mika Steve. How's it going, brother?
Hey, does anybody in the chat have a iMac? And if so, I'm trying to find something where I can adjust the camera. I got this sunlight that comes in through this window in the morning, and oh my God, it's terrible. I'd like to find a way to adjust the camera.
It's a lot easier to adjust your curtains, to be honest.
What I got over here is I got a window right there. That's why this side of my face is bright.
Yeah.
Bright curtains. That's your answer?
Yeah. It's a lot easier than getting a Mac computer.
And if you get it like Al, they'll come out with another model next month.
Yeah.
Of curtains.
Yeah. Oh, shit. These curtains are thicker this week. Damn. Yeah, you just go. It makes a bit of a noise, but it sort of like that, and that sort of.
Yeah, but it's only there briefly, right?
The sun.
When you close the curtains, the noise is only there for
Very short time. Yeah. Sort of comes and goes, you know. It's almost as if it was like, what was that? Oh, nothing.
And only during sunlight.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So
that whole problem goes away in the evening.
Yeah.
Strange that happens, isn't it?
It is. But I mean, if you want to go out and spend $3,000 on a computer, well, fair enough. You want to?
Well, see, if I was to go spend that much on a computer, it's not going to be so I can adjust the camera. Ron, I guess what I'm trying to say, brother, is quit your belly aching.
Yeah.
Curtains up.
It's quite endearing, though, Ron, that that highlighted your good side. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about that light there if I was you. It's some devil.
Oh, I see that, Ron. Yeah. Very subtle there, brother.
It's a soft white light, isn't it?
Yes.
He's got a hell of a tan on that side of his face, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
The other, it's like hanging your arm out the window of a car.
Yeah.
All tanned up.
That was one thing when we met up in Pennsylvania last year. That was the first thing I noticed, that one side of his face was darker than the other. Ron's like, I don't have to sit here and take this crap.
No, I can stand.
One of my mates is a night shift worker, and he looks like a goth, basically. He is just pasty white because he never sees the sun. You know, he's always sleeping during the day. He gets up, the sun's, real low in the sky, does his stuff, and he works night shifts, 10, 11 hours a night.
Yeah.
He's just, he'll never have melanoma, will he?
We used to have these girls in the 18s and 20s. They used to take that. I don't know what you would call it. It was just a metal shield like this, and they would hold it in front of them to get the suntan faster.
Yeah, under your neck.
They must look like Leatherman now.
Yes, yeah. They do, don't they? They do, yeah. And a lot of them back in the 70s and all that, they were all, smoking and
Yeah, I hate those pricks.
Yeah, get rid of them, mate. Well, you haven't gone like leather.
No, well, I don't get out much.
Son.
In Florida, if you live here, you go from an air-conditioned house to an air-conditioned car to an air-conditioned store.
Mm.
And then we say, hey, look at those out-of-towners on the beach.
I know, exactly right. When you think about when you're growing up, right, and I always remember my dad being at the end of my bed with a newspaper, and he was fanning me in summer. We had no fans, we had no air cons, no nothing. We used to sleep outside some nights.
Yeah,
we'd set up some mattresses out the front and just sleep outside. And if there was a bit of a breeze, it was fantastic. But you know how spoiled everyone is now. No one would ever think about living like that anymore.
Well, I'll tell you what. When I first got to Florida, I made a mistake. Being from New York, you can actually walk on the sand of the beach and walk on the road parking lot to your car. You can't do that in Florida. When I did that, it's the bottom of my feet bubbled up.
Blistered, yeah.
From the water blisters. Yeah. You only do that once.
Yeah, hot as, yeah. Australia's like that too. Well, I'm on the sort of the same line as you where I am. So it's a very similar sort of thing, but the sand, the white, hot sand, burns you, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron, you want me to share that?
Yeah.
Hello, Ray.
There's a crew.
There's a crew.
Have a look at that trouble. That's just trouble with a capital T.
Philadelphia hasn't been the same since.
It has not.
Here's another thing with Apple. How come this can never pop up full screen on Apple?
Because I have my. Well, hold on.
When you and I are always showing pictures back and forth in Messenger.
How's that?
Yeah, that's full screen.
Yeah, that's because I have my browser kind of minimized a little bit.
There'll be a tutorial somewhere for that, Ron.
Yeah.
See, now he's got it all screwed.
I like this one. Thanks for telling me. That's a hunting thing.
I guess Rodney liked that.
Look,
Yeah.
Rodney,
Caught me totally by surprise. Oh, my
My
goodness.
eyes are down here.
Thanks, Rod.
like that one.
That just made the day brighter.
Dear me. Hey, Ron, you want to do something with your camera, mate? It's a bit bright. Can you do something with your camera?
Yes. I'm working on it.
Oh, dear. Anyway, I'm going to roll, boys. I have got my stuff to do now. I'm going to do some more YouTube bizzo.
You're going to be up till 3 a.m. editing, aren't you?
Hey,
Well, I've edited. I've rendered, and now I'm going to edit again because I don't like a certain part of the render. It's got a.
you still wearing that Rodney Bell shirt, huh?
I am. I took it out today, and
It's got to be standing up on its own by now.
Yeah, don't tell me you washed that thing.
it is. Well, no, I don't. I don't wash it because it's like anything sentimental. You don't wash it, you wear it out. You know. So I did. I wore it this morning when I went flying, and then I had my live show because I got home half hour before the live show, so I had it on then. And I've obviously still got it on now.
Does anybody ever ask you about it?
Rodney Bell hat.
Yeah, Rodney Bell hat.
Look at that. Wear it with pride.
Who's
No,
this Rodney Bell guy you speak of.
yeah. As he sips his coffee.
Where do you live?
So, well, guys, I think I'm gonna have to call it quits too.
All right, Mr. Rodney.
It's been fun.
So,
I'm going to
Jim,
go work on my camera.
good to see you again, brother. Looking forward to meeting you in real life.
We'll have fun.
Yep. So, Ron, thanks for coming on. Matt, thank you. Jim,
Thanks, Rodney Bell.
thank you.
All right, buddy.
Have fun at that editing there, Matt.
You know, I will.
Yeah.
Seizures.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah.
All right. Cheers. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye, Matt. Hey, Dennis Lovelady, you have a good day. Everybody in the chat, y'all have a good day, man. Appreciate you being in the chat. Hope you enjoyed it. It's always a pleasure to do these things. And, we had a great panel today. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, Sunday sunrise, starting with Drone Bum, myself, Dennis Lovelady, Fly Natural, and Chris Hope. And sometimes we even get help from home Jim on here. So, but anyway, thank you guys again for being here. Take care, be safe, and we'll talk to you all later. Love y'all. Bye.